Alright, hopefully the microphone's working on this thing. It stopped working yesterday. I don't know what's going on. It's a GoPro mod. But anyway, we got up super early this morning because the game plan was get on the road by 6. We're going to ride all the way, slab all the way, because the weather's supposed to get nasty. So we're going to ride all the way back to Bristol, Virginia, where our vehicles are, load up, take our time, then go back up to Damascus, spend the night, because we got a room there for tonight, and then everybody part and head their ways tomorrow. I got about a mile down the road. Bike felt a little weird, and sure enough, front flat tire. Luckily, we were right by the Verbo. Went back, pulled the carport, changed the tire, could not find the leak to save our lives. Filled up the tube, put it in the pool, everything else, but it went flat overnight. So it definitely had some kind of slow leak. No problem. I have a spare real thick tube. Russell got it in. Apparently Russell too much because it wasn't holding air. And sure and shit, we pinched it with the tire iron. Tire bag off. And luckily one of the other guys had a 21-inch front. And we got it on, but meanwhile, during a road incident I had the other day, my pump got destroyed. Dallas's battery pump, filling up the tubes twice, killed it. So then we had no pump. But lucky enough, about a quarter mile down the road is a gas station, and it's an old-fashioned one. It actually had a gas pump. So we got the tire filled up, mounted, and we're finally on the way. 2 hours of pure sweat and humidity. So basically, before we ever started the ride, we've done 2 tire changes today. By the grace of God, it was the front tire and not the rear. Now that I just jinxed myself, but we're making our way. And we are expected to get poured on in a little bit. Good times. Avoiding interstates because Dallas is on the TW, Jordan's on the Beta. So, and this is a scenic route anyway. We just entered West Virginia. The route was taking us 177 miles from Covington, Virginia, to get to Damascus, Virginia. So we're just gonna make our way. It's been a long week. I'll do a ride recap and everything. I mean, it's just, we really, out of like 5 days, had one, I guess there were technically all good days of riding, but one day that we all really enjoyed was pretty much yesterday. So we just did a quick stop. Those guys got their rain gears off. I don't have my rain gear. So at the last place we ate, I asked the young lady for a garbage bag. She gave me a thick garbage bag, and I got a pair of scissors, and I made myself a poncho. She's like, I never thought of that. It worked great because it kept the cold air off my chest once we got going. This wore underneath my jacket. Jacket's pretty much about dried out now. So GoPro mod is back on. We know how they are. The mods don't function good when they get wet. So I've had the camera off all this time, and right now we're about 113 miles from the vehicles in Bristol, Virginia. So realistically, probably another 3 hours, because I got a wet ass, and I keep telling these guys about every 40 minutes, man, I gotta stop, scratch my butt. Anyway, we're back on the road, and the road's drying up, thank God. We went through some twisties. I'm running last in line because the taillight on my KLR is the bigger taillight out of the 3 bikes. Of course, we were backing up traffic, nowhere to pull over, and I had people on my ass. So now the road's dried out a little bit. Maybe we can pick up our speed just a tad. This stretch of 460 is really the only highway, I think, that we got that's up to speed. But the TW, though, I think the way it's geared, top speed's about 55. So we don't want to peg it out. So we'll tool along 48, 50. Of course, we always know, everybody knows that KLRs are notorious for being 3 to 4 mile an hour off on their speedometers. And of course, this one is. GPS is showing 48, 51. So there we go. 3 miles an hour off. I'm no different than anybody else. Like an old powerhouse. Hell, still maybe you're up and running, I don't know. Definitely a power plant. Nothing like the ones I worked in for 9 years. Sure, it's coal-fired. Railroad tracks running right next to it. Or was coal-fired when it was in operation. No idea where we're at, but we just stopped for another ash break and to check the Garmin's. Last night Hank and I sat there. Now his is the 2, mine's the XT, same exact settings. His wants us to go 90 miles on this highway, and I'm like, no, mine is showing 3.4 to US 9. So I'm going to take the lead for a little bit, and no clue why the Garmin's are showing so much different. But the interesting thing is, I think I have solved the mystery of the front flat tire, because that has been driving me nuts. We put air in the tire, put the tube in the pool, no bubbles or nothing, and I got to thinking about it. I had lost my valve stem cap, and yesterday we were riding trails. When we got back to the Vervo, I wanted to air up for today, so Dallas pumped air in, and what I think was dirt got down in the valve stem, and it just didn't seat all the way, and it was a slow leak overnight. That's my theory, because there was nothing on the inside of the tire, no punctures on the outside of the tire. It was a thick tube. So I honestly believe that my dumb ass left the cap off and dirt got down in there and the valve stem just didn't reseat. Just a stupid mistake to overlook. Okay, we just stopped, and man, my key, if it's from the rain or what. I'm gonna lube it. All right, we just stopped. The guys are scared, so they put on their expensive rain suits, and I broke out my free poncho made out of garbage, or garbage bag I should say, because it was funny in the restaurant. I asked the girl then for a pair of scissors, and I started hemming and making a poncho. Everybody in the restaurant's looking at me like, what the hell is this idiot doing? Then once I put it on, they're like, ah, brilliant. She was like, that's cheaper than a poncho. I go, yeah, it's thicker material too. So I've got it on underneath my riding coat. So if it does start raining, at least my torso is going to stay dry. As far as I know, we're still in Bluefield. I'm hoping this GPS route that we're on works out to be better than the one Hank had us on. I don't know. Don't want to do this small little town like this forever. Still got 84 miles to go according to mine. But when else are we going to see old Bluefield? All right. Once again, we're getting pounded on with rain. 56 miles from the vehicles. I think the only thing we're missing this week is snow. Sahara dust, Sahara heat, monsoons, just no snow. Holy crap.